Trusting the process and being coachable are keys to success. Just look at our good friend, killer agent on our team, Kevin Heatherby. And before we get into how that's been working for his business, if you like what you hear or you learn something, hit the subscribe button and the bell for notifications. And if you want to schedule a time to talk about how to ramp up your business just like this, click on the link in the comments. So I'm here with Kevin Heatherby. And Kevin is one of the kind of people you want to be working with. You want to have on your side because he's an advocate for his clients. He's a team player. He's one hell of a hard worker. And I know when we've been working together, it's been about 9-10 months now.
Yep.
At the beginning, I think you were ready to go, coming from a different industry, busting your butt, and the results didn't come right away, which I think throws a lot of people off, and you stuck with it. So kind of explain how this has worked for you.
So to kind of get into that specific, I joined the team back in February, and again, I wasn't seeing the immediate results. I had a phenomenal amount of opportunities presented to me, and it was definitely something that was a good change of pace. But having prior experience, like you said, in terms of spending almost 10 years as a manager in my prior industry, it really helps just to be able to learn that you have to trust the process, and some things you're not going to see those immediate results. And fortunately enough, we had the good grace of having Tom Ferry come in and listening to him speak and showing the statistics just in terms of 3 to 6 months is really where the bread and butter is in terms of finding that sweet spot for your clients. And that really clicked with me, and sure enough, trusting that process and that 3 to 6 month mold really put things in perspective. And by the end of July, I had 3 sales in 10 days. It was really helpful.
It was going into 4th of July weekend, by the way, which is when a lot of people quit and kind of hanging up for the year, which is super relevant for when we're filming this video now. But that's a credit to work ethic and trusting the process, and also just being ready to do the work, which I cannot stress enough, because so many people take their foot off the gas at certain times of year. 4th of July is one of them. December's another. And what I found the most exciting thing about working with you, Kevin, is that you're very clear on, like, here's what's working, here's what's not working. We have conversations about it all the time. We take feedback here, and you found some stuff that really worked for you, and now you're doing more of it. And you're seeing, like, incredible results, like selling high-priced listings, getting challenging clients under contract.
Mm-hmm.
So what are some of the things that you've learned through trusting the process are now supporting your business in a massive level?
So for me specifically, it was finding the avenue to, especially on the initial conversation, to learn about your clients. Because without being able to know who your clients are and what their situations are, you're going in blind, and you're not necessarily catering to what they are looking for. I mean, I can want my things all that I want, but by the same token, it's knowing that, something that is specific to them is really important. Whether it's something as minimal as finding that extra bedroom or that extra space, if in a 2-car garage, and just being able to listen and turn that around and bring that back up periodically. Even if you go through 2 or 3 houses and it really doesn't make the sense for them, just say, hey, I know you're really looking for that 2-car garage or that, extra basement, but be assured that, we're going to find you something and it's going to make the most amount of sense.
And there's a way to present that stuff too. Like, hey, I'm not sure if this is going to be for you, but this home has everything except that 2-car garage.
Right.
But you might be able to put it on later if you want to. And when you make it about their needs and the client, like, that's the agents that win over and over again. Those are the people that are part of Club 13. That's the 13% of agents that make it past 5 years in the business. So that's amazing, because most agents don't do that. They just think about selling the next house, right?
Yeah.
So what else are you doing? Because I know it's not just one thing. And I mean, you've really you came so prepped for the show here. I want to get into everything you're going to talk about.
So for me, again, another big point, specific follow-up. I mean, I know there are times where, you got to designate and keep in your calendar just in terms of best opportunities to prospect. And for us and for me specific, it's between 9 and 12 around that area. God forbid you want to get a nice cup of coffee just to help wake up. But again, too, it's being able to make sure that, the average person who's working on a 9-to-5 type job isn't readily accessible for their phones. So being sure to follow up even still, whether it's through a text message or a personalized email. I personally liked and preferred sending the bomb videos, personalized, gets a face in front of you, especially if you haven't met them in person. It's one thing just to see, everybody has their screen or their photos that they get to see, but by the same token, putting a face behind that name and seeing you on video personalizes it a lot more, and people, really, really like that.
I love that you're sending videos, because obviously we have a video studio we're sitting in here. I think you're the #1 bomb user on the team besides me. I mean, it's like we're like neck and neck. 'Cause I go in there, I see all your videos all the time, and people say, well, I don't need to send a video, or I can cut that corner. But when you do it every time, more clients stick.
Yes.
So what's your experience been with the initial showing after you send the video? Are the people more welcoming? Like, what have you noticed maybe before you started doing that or afterwards?
Well, again, it's kind of going into the terms of anybody can send a follow-up, whether it's a text message, email, or leave a voicemail. But how many agents are out there taking that time to get in front of the camera, just like we are right now, and just to say, hey, thank you so much for your time. It really meant the world to me. I am going to follow up with you if today's Tuesday. You'll hear from me no later than Thursday. And I intend to follow through with that because, again, you want to be able to be trusting yourself and trusting the process. And, again, people want to know that you're being trustworthy more than anything else.
Love it. Love it. So he's sending videos. He's following up. You're having specific follow-up, which I think is really important because we did a whole study with, like, ChatGPT and call recordings, and that was the number one thing is, like, specific, clear next steps. So anything else for someone that maybe isn't getting the results that they want in their career right now that you want to share with them? Because we've all been there.
Yep.
Like, everyone starts at zero, and now you're at this spot where it's December, and you're still looking at putting another couple homes under contract, and it's Mr. Consistency over here, which gets me excited.
So for me, another really simple avenue is to always make sure that you send any sort of paperwork that would be applicable and good for the buyer and even the seller. Estimated closing cost sheets are something that I absolutely insist on sending over for every single property that we are planning on seeing. And even still, I invested in a tablet so that I could bring it with me just in the event that, hey, we want to add on a property. Instead of coming ill-prepared when you go to that next showing, hey, what does this house know? I don't know. Well, the last thing that you want to have somebody say is, I don't know. So come prepared. Every single time, be able to answer those questions. And even if you don't have the immediacy, I will find that out for you and follow up applicably. Be sure to make sure that you put yourself in that situation so that this way the client is never having to call you and go, what happened? Where were you?
You're speaking to my heartstrings here because we know that proper preparation prevents poor performance. And when opportunity comes up, which is what everyone looks for when they want to sell a house, where's the opportunity? Because a lot of things have to align to get to that point. It's when luck and hard work and preparation converge at the same spot. And if you're not doing the things you can control, you're less lucky than other agents.
Agreed.
So I hope you're taking notes on this. This is a masterclass in how to get your career rocking and rolling. And the exciting thing is Kevin is just getting started here. So if you want to get in touch with him, all his information is going to be at the bottom of the video here. He's the kind of agent you want negotiating and advocating for your best interest in the current market. Thanks for coming on, my man. We are super grateful for you. Let's go get it.